Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Walaikum Assalam.
Yes. Najam, it's Bilal Malik. It's my first time with the Toastmasters. So,
Okay. Yes, Bilal Malik. I think you messaged on Facebook, right?
no, I actually messaged on the WhatsApp and then they added me to a guest group. And through that, I joined this
Okay.
Zoom meeting.
Actually, I'm using Najam Saab's account. My name is Talha bin Ahmed, and I think हमारी बात हुई थी, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, what do you do, Bilal?
I am actually a chemical engineer and I work
Mm-hmm.
with UEP. So these days I'm working from home, like most of us. So we just drill oil and gas in Sindh and Balochistan province and try to
Mm-hmm.
meet country's demand of hydrocarbons. That's what we do.
Okay. That's great. So,
What about you, Tala?
sorry,
What do you do?
I'm a chartered accountant. So I work
Oh,
with
nice.
Citizen. I work with the Citizens Foundation.
Oh, great. That's great to hear because I get involved with a lot of volunteer work with TCF. So glad
Uh-huh.
to hear that. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's great to know.
Yes,
Okay.
their Rebel program on the weekends I used to join.
Exactly. Rubber program. Right. That's great. Yeah. So that's good. So let's hope that everybody joins on time. Time
Yeah.
is 5 o'clock. अब तो ऑनलाइन मीटिंग्स होती है तो अब लोगों के पास बहाना नहीं है कि जी हम ट्रैफिक में फंस गए ये हुआ वो हुआ मगर अभी बहुत बहाने होते हैं लोगों के पास तो here's hoping.
ये काफी एफिशिएंट है ऑनलाइन मीटिंग्स आप टाइमली ज्वाइन भी कर सकते हैं टाइमली लीव भी कर सकते हैं टाइम मैनेजमेंट के हिसाब
एक्चुअली
से काफी
थोड़ी सी इनएफिशिएंसी आ जाती है इसलिए कि कुछ चीज़ों में दे आर नॉट ड्यू टू ऑनलाइन कनेक्शंस कभी कभी ये भी होता है कि वो सिंकिंग नहीं होती आपस में तो स्पीकर गेट स्लोड डाउन या कभी उसकी आवाज़ वो हो जाती है तो कुछ चीज़ों की वजह से स्लो डाउन भी हो जाता है बट ये कि यस यू राइट कि ओवरऑल इट्स वेरी एफिशिएंट बिकॉज जाहिर है कि आपको सिर्फ कंप्यूटर पे होना है या मोबाइल पे होना है दैट्स इट उसके अलावा तो कुछ नहीं
यस फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ पब्लिक स्पीकिंग आपकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज भी उस तरह डेमोन्स्ट्रेट नहीं हो रही होती और डेफिनेटली आप जिस तरह 1-to-1 सेशंस के अंदर अपने आप को पिच कर सकते हैं
नहीं है देखो आई वोंट एग्री क्योंकि अब क्योंकि हम कुछ अर्से से कर रहे हैं ऑनलाइन मीटिंग्स यस इनिशियली इट्स डिफिकल्ट ठीक है इनिशियली बिल्कुल आपको लगता है ये बट देन यू फाइंड वेज टू जैसे आप जब स्पीच कर रहे हो तो आप थोड़ा सा कैमरे से दूर खड़े हो और आप इस तरह सेटअप करें कि थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा एरिया विजिबल हो और आपकी बॉडी का भी मेजर पोर्शन विजिबल हो सो दैट्स व्हाट वी रिकमेंड टू स्पीकर्स कि जी आप बैठे बैठे तो करनी नहीं मतलब वही उसी तरह खड़े होकर करनी है और एक दो दफा आप कर लेते हैं ना देन यू गेट यूज्ड टू इट और पता है एक और चीज इसमें होती है वो ये होती है कि यू आर सीइंग द फेसेस ऑन जूम तो यू आर चेकिंग आउट द ऑडियंसेस एक्सप्रेशंस एज वेल ठीक है तो वो इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन यू के हाउ यू अडैप्ट टू इट
looking forward to it.
Yeah, sure. And other people are joining. We have our VP Education, Toastmaster Sakawal.
Nice.
See. Hello. Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, Imran Saab. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Okay, so future Toastmaster Bilal has joined us.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
We have no guests. We have only Toastmasters and future Toastmasters.
Okay, good to hear.
Just give me a second.
Hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Walaikum assalam.
Good to see everyone. Bilal Malik. Bilal Malik.
Yes, this is my first time with the Toastmaster. Yeah.
How did you know about Karachi Toastmasters?
Actually, I have a friend who regularly attends these meetings. So he told me about Toastmasters and said it's a great platform to improve your public speaking and leadership skills. So I got excited about it. These days, working from home, you get a lot of time through which you can participate in such activities. So I decided to go ahead and join it. So let's see how the first experience goes.
Hopefully you will enjoy our meeting and we will be more excited to have you as a member.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Toastmaster Imran Raza, how are you?
Yes, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. DTM Talha,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm okay. Today my name is Najam Rizvi also.
Okay. Toastmaster Bakar.
And in 2 hours, it will be Arsalan Sattar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Bakar Raza, good to have you back after a very long time.
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum everyone. I hope you all are well, and
Yes.
I'm also fine and enjoying these God-gifted vacations.
Yes.
Assalamualaikum everyone.
That's our hero, Toastmaster Zishan Khan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm perfectly fine. So, Rashid Kothari.
Rashida Kota. She's connecting right now.
Rashida, sorry.
Rashida, yeah, she's
Oh,
also.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. M. Arshad.
Ji, Assalamualaikum. Yes, I'm your guest today.
Okay. I request all the guests to please put the word guest in the end so that we can easily recognize you.
Okay.
Navinta is here after a very long time. She'll be doing general evaluator's role.
Thankfully, she's here.
Word of the day. Word of the day. I'm the word of the day. No? So, who wrote this word?
I am word of the day.
He's word.
Oh, Imran.
You guys
Raza.
are not word of the day. You will be telling word of the day.
Okay.
I think
Imran
on
Raza.
WhatsApp it's Imran Raza.
Okay. So my bad. No worries.
Yes, Imran Raza. Z and N difference.
You need to change it. Okay.
I have to ask my wife.
She will give you a very good name, you know. So everyone's there. All the role holders are here. Shamil Shahriyar, Arshad Khan. Assalamu alaikum, Arshad Khan. Toastmaster Arshad, how are you? Toastmaster Shamil, how are you? No one is responding.
I believe we have most of the role holders except for the three people out of Big Four are still not here, and as soon as they join, I think we can start because other role holders are here.
Toastmaster of the day is not. She's not
Yeah.
here.
3 out of 4 Big Four are not here, but so we have a lot of old friends returning today. So Master Shamil Shahriar is with us today, and he was briefly at least. Toastmaster Imran, I think we can start with the guest introductions because those who have joined us should not suffer. So maybe have them introduce themselves to all of us who have joined. And then as soon as the roster is complete, we can formally kick off the meeting. Okay.
That's wonderful. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very good evening, and I welcome to our very first meeting of Ramadan. Last year we set an example, and this year, we are following that example. So, before starting, let me give a brief introduction about Toastmaster International. Since today 3-4 guests join us today, so let's have a brief introduction what Toastmaster International is all about. Toastmaster International is a non-profit organization established in 1926 by Dr. Ralph McNeil. It focuses on leadership and communication skills through different educational programs called Pathways. Currently, we have 11 pathways. The vision of Toastmaster International is to create good leaders and good communicators. How we do this, how we learn it by doing. So before starting the meeting, let's have Bilal sir, please give us your introduction and let us know how did you find us. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. So this is Bilal Malik. By profession, I am a chemical engineer, and these days I'm working with the United Energy Pakistan Limited, and we are associated with the upstream drilling of oil and gas in Sindh and Balochistan province. So as a person, I like to read books. I like to experience new things in life and meet new people. So about Toastmaster, I got to know through a friend who's a Toastmaster at the NEPA Toastmaster Club. I'm not sure about its name. So he told me it's a good platform to improve your public speaking skills and improve your leadership skills. So I'm experiencing it for the first time today. So looking forward to get involved in the experience and see how it is.
Good to have you, Toastmaster Bilal Malik Sahab, soon to be Toastmaster, inshallah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I request all the members and guests that mute your mic when you are when you are allowed to speak. You can unmute your mic. Before that, you are requested to mute your mic. Our second guest is M. Arshad. So, Arshad sir, could we hear you about yourself? Please give us your brief introduction and let us know how did you find Karachi Toastmasters Club.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum and good morning from Islamabad. I'm joining you from Islamabad. Day before yesterday, I got a call from my colleague in Islamabad office, ICMAP. I'm a fellow member of ICMAP, so he was asking me to join their club and all that. And I said, in this situation of lockdown, it's difficult to come and join in person. Then he joined me into a WhatsApp group, which they have. And from that, WhatsApp group, I learned today that you are having this session at 12 o'clock. So I'm joining here. So as you know, I'm a fellow member of the institute and I work for USAID here in Islamabad as a financial analyst. Um, Currently, yes, we are all staying at home, working from home remotely. Uh, at present, yes, our workload has gone a little bit ahead than what we expected because of the coronavirus situation. We are trying to respond it through working with government of Pakistan by providing them proper equipments for our medical frontline people who are working on responding to the epidemic. We have started working with the DFID also in terms of providing technical support to paramedical staff on how to handle the cases of coronavirus. So I'm basically in the finance function of the organization, so take care of the funds and funds management most of the time. That's major about me.
Thank you very much, Asha Saab. We would like to, I request you to please open your video so that we can see you as well. And you have come to the right place. You will find so many chartered accountants, few management accountants, and doctors, engineers. You'll find different people from different walk of life. So good to have you.
Thank you.
We have another guest, Rashida Kothari. Rashida Kothari, please give us your brief introduction and let us know how did you find us.
Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Rashida and I am a teacher. I have been teaching since 10 years in an Arabic academy in Karachi. And I'm very fond of continuous learning and uplifting and upgrading myself. So I was searching for communication skills and I found Toastmasters. So then I looked for whether we have Toastmasters in Karachi or not. And so I found you.
We found you as well.
Yes, and it's very good to have all of you here. And let's see now what's the upcoming session is about. I'm quite excited for that.
Thank you very much, Rashida.
Rashida.
Sorry. Rashida. Okay. Please forgive me for for wrong pronunciation. Rashida. Okay. Good to have you. Soon to be Toastmaster, Rashida. So, do we have any more guests? Yes, I can see Muhammad Talha.
My name is Muhammad Talha, and today I am a guest, and I am currently doing my A levels. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Muhammad Talha. All the best in your A levels. So, where is our Toastmaster of the day? Could we switch the role? Could I give this responsibility to okay, Ghulam Abbas from Lahore Toastmasters.
Zoom meeting. From CA Toastmasters Club, Lahore.
Yeah, good to have you, Ghulam Abbas, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Should I give my brief introduction?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you so much again. This is Ghulam Abbas. I'm the president of CA Toastmasters Club, Lahore. By profession, I'm chartered accountant, heading the finance function of a tire manufacturing company here in Lahore. I'm here with you just to learn from you people. You are doing great job. I have the media campaign, rather branding of your club. That is really amazing. I look forward to learn from you people today. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster Imran Dana.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ghulam Abbas. Good to have you. And definitely, it's a two-way process, and we would definitely learn good things from you as well. So let's welcome let's start the meeting. And okay,
Team
okay,
Imran.
sorry. So today's Toastmaster of the day is Toastmaster Urusa Dowell, our VP Education. Please welcome Toastmaster Urusa. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran, for the shock that you just gave me. Okay. Um, okay. So let's start with the explanation of the segments. First, we have the prepared speech segment, which is prepared speeches by almost 5 speakers that we have today. And then we have the table topic sessions, which will be conducted by a very, very seasoned Toastmaster today. And then the golden segment, which is the evaluation segment, which we will look forward to. And since everyone is waiting and totally bored out, so let's start with the speeches. And our first speaker is Toastmaster Ali. And his evaluator is Toastmaster Mariam, who is not here yet. So, mm, can we do something, Toastmaster Imran? Can we start with the table topic sessions?
Won't you ask role holders to give their brief introduction?
No. Okay, all right. Let's start with the role holders. The word master, Toastmaster Imran Raza, would you tell the word of the day?
Yes. Let me share the screen. I think someone has shared his screen. Najam Rizvi. Talha sir, can you stop the share screen? Are you there? Thank you. So the word of the day is conundrum, and the meaning is a confusing and difficult problem or question. Example can be the pandemic that we are facing nowadays, or one of the most difficult conundrums of for the experts. I hope everyone now knows the word of the day, conundrum. So I ask every speaker to try to use it as many times as they can. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran. Okay, so the next role is for the grammarian, which is myself. And
sorry to.
Yes, yes, Uba.
Okay, I just wanted to tell I've logged in through my mobile. So should I continue or what is going to happen?
Okay, I'll introduce the role holders and then you can continue.
Okay.
So the grammarian is myself, and I will be noting down the good and bad usages of grammar. And in the end of the meeting, I will be presenting my report. Our counter is Toastmaster Bakar. Please, will you tell us about your role?
Okay. My purpose is to count the non-connecting words, unnecessary words, and and ums or filler words used in the speeches or the evaluations during this Toastmaster meeting. And at the end of the meeting, I will be giving the report, the number of counts of each ums, filler words, like basically, exactly, well, I mean to say, just like these. Thank you.
So the next role is that of the timer. And DTM Tala, would you tell us something about the role? The next role is that of the vote counter, and that is again myself. So at the end of each segment, which is the prepared speeches, the table topic session, the evaluation, and the role of the big four, there will be voting for the best of these roles. And you can send me the your votes privately in the Zoom chat. So please make sure the voting is private and not on the main chat. And I will be counting the votes and presenting my vote at the end. Now, the joke master is Toastmaster Hiba for today. So, Toastmaster Hiba, would you please go ahead
Yes.
with the...
Okay. Sorry, fellow Toastmasters, and yes, I took a bit of time to log in. The first joke of the day is, if you see a robber at the Apple store, does that make you eyewitness? Okay, the second one, a man and a woman were traveling in a train. Woman, every time you smile, I feel like inviting you to my place. Man, oh, are you single? Woman, no, I'm a dentist. The third one, what lights up a soccer stadium? A soccer match. The next one, what do sprinters eat before a race? Nothing, they fast. And the last one, what's the best thing about Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a big plus. That's about it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hiba. There is one role, however, the role of the super grammarian, which hasn't been assigned yet. So, is there a
I can do
person
that.
who would like to do it? Toastmaster Imran Rana, would you like to tell us what the role is all about?
Yes, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I'm the super grammarian / listener. My role is to note down some good and interesting phrases, and at the end, it's more like listening test. And at the end, I will repeat the sentence, and request everyone to guess who said it. The one who said it is requested to remain silent. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran. And now I'd like to give the virtual mic back to Toastmaster Hiba to continue the session. Over to you, Toastmaster Hiba.
Hello?
Yes, you're online. Master Hiba?
Yeah.
Yes,
Hello?
Master Hiba, you can continue. Yes.
Okay, wait a minute. Sorry. Okay, wait a minute. Sorry. Now I suppose it's time for the prepared speeches. The first speaker, TM Ali Asher. I would call upon his evaluator, TM Mariam, to explain the project and the objectives.
Toastmaster Hiba, I request you to please, you are connected with two devices. I request you to please mute one of your devices so that there There will be no echoing sound.
Toastmaster Ali Asher. The project title is When I Found My Lost Pen. The speech length is 4 to 6 minutes. The purpose of this project is for the members so that they can introduce themselves and learn the basic structure of public speaking, of a public speech. And this is their first speech in Toastmasters. So the goal is to judge on their to evaluate on their speech and delivery style. And so I'd now like to welcome Toastmaster Ali Asher.
Yeah. Yes, we can see it.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
According to the main merit, we all are unique in our own ways, which means you, me, and all of us are unique. It means that there are 7.3 billion stories, unique stories, are roaming around the globe. Today I am here to introduce myself and tell you my story. Good afternoon, Toastmasters. My name is Ali Ashiranju, currently working as the Research Associate at Institute for Historic and Social Research. Last year, I completed my Bachelor's in Development Studies from Annie University. I have 4 siblings. My father is retired government officer, and my mother is homemaker but not retired yet. I always been an adorable child, apparently a nerd, but not though. I found many new wonderful people around me throughout my life. My friends who fought for me in each and every moment. My teachers who ignite the fire of hunger within me. My parents who fosters me. And I am, due to all of them, I am today in front of all. Toastmasters, my life is not simple as it seems. In 2014, I lost my love. I was optimistic. I was ambitious. I want to be a passionate chemist. I want to do certain chemical reactions and serve the whole globe. Might be I found the vaccine of COVID-19. I was too ambitious at that moment, but I didn't get that thing. I was totally ruined and damaged. And at that moment, I was just thinking that what's wrong is going on. And I just realized that I am nothing. I always been a mediocre student. I am not interested in any sports. And the worst thing, I always fail whenever I speak. I was totally ruined. Totally ruined. But I have to move on. I have to move on for my family, for the people who are associated with me. So I got enrolled into the Annie University and made sure and during I enrolled into the Annie University in Development Studies. At that moment, I knew nothing about it. I still remember on 13 January 2015, that was my first day at university. I was just reflecting back, and I wondered at who is writing my story, who has that pen, and what's wrong with me. At that moment, I realized, I reflect back, reassess myself, and came to know that the pen which I have been searching for my whole life is always in my pocket, is always with me. But I was always in a coward and irresponsible guy. But now, as I am starting the new chapter of my life, I should make it epic. I should make it an epic and work hard and harder and harder. And I do. And what I get the second position in annual news. And that is a great achievement for me. At that moment, I realized that we are the hurdles in our own success. We are the one who are not making possible our success. So if we want to succeed, so we have to challenge ourselves. We have to challenge each and every moment. Today I am here in the Toastmaster to challenge myself, to challenge the moment I speak and stutter every moment. And Toastmasters, today with this icebreaker, I am going to convert my inefficiency into the efficiency. And I hope I can do it. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Is anybody speaking?
No, at least मुझे तो किसी को clear anybody.
Toastmaster Hiba, are you there? Toastmaster Hiba, are you there?
And secondly, somebody in the background.
Toastmaster Eba, we can't hear you.
Toastmaster Rusa, please continue. Toastmaster Rusa, please continue as Toastmaster of the day.
Okay. So let's continue with the next speaker. Toastmaster Zishan. Is his evaluator Toastmaster Ali Hassan here? Not yet. Okay. Toastmaster Shamam. The next speaker is Toastmaster Shamam, and I'd like to invite Toastmaster DTM Talha bin Hamid to tell us what the objectives of the speech are.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rusa. Toastmaster Shamam is reaching a milestone today, and I am extremely proud of how she has completed her path. I have seen how hard she has worked on each and every project, and today, inshallah, she will be delivering a project that's supposed to reflect on her progress throughout the pathway. So the description of the project is that the purpose of this project is for the member to reflect on his or her growth during the completion of an entire path. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her growth during the completion of a path. So to this day, it's a great mystery that what's the difference between these two objectives. Perhaps Toastmaster Shamam knows that since she is doing the project. But still, again, I look forward to your speech and congratulations in advance on completing your path. The duration of the speech is 10 to 12 minutes. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Shamam.
Am I audible there? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yes, you are.
I thought to better switch off my fan. So thank you, Toastmaster of the evening and my general evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters, recall yourself as a new member in Toastmasters Club, all energetic, taking up all the roles that executive committee gives you, preparing for your icebreaker. And after a meeting, you get to hear a word pathways. And then you go closer to your executive committee who are discussing this pathways, and you ask, what is this about? And they tell you, oh, it's nothing, it's just a new form Toastmaster International is introducing, and it's just about dealing with technology, nothing else. This is the same project, same everything, nothing, just dealing with technology. Fine, I can take it. And my club president was so excited. So, oh, yes, you can do it. So go ahead, tell me how it goes. And so what happens then? I would like to share my screen with you for what happens then.
Hello?
I got to see these. Can
Hello?
you see it? Can you see it? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
So this is what I got. These 11
Yes.
specialized learning paths. And then again, I called my president, club president, and said, can you see that? It has 11 paths. I'm already 49. How would in my lifetime be able to complete these paths? And he says, calm down. You just need to take a test. And on the basis of that test, you will be able to select one of the paths that best suits your demand and need and requirement as a Toastmaster. Fine. So I took the test, and Toastmaster recommended that I go for a strategic relationship. Though I was a little surprised. I was expecting some novel communication patterns, but since they advised it, I thought they are the leaders and they know better whatever the tests I had given. So then I chose this strategic relationship, and oh boy, what an experience! Now you can see the pathways learning experience started with level 1, went right up to level 5. Each level put me into a situation where I was exploring myself. They were exposing me to the new limits. It was not just digital technology or anything. It was opening up as if I am the owner of myself. I am the owner of my personal and professional development. I have to read each and every resource given there, and I have to deliver according to that project or the requirement of that project. So it was all about me. What I do, no one else would know. But if I needed some improvement, I had to then go by it. So then each and every level was an eye opener, and then each and every, as you can see, for each level, there are certain projects. So altogether in 5s, I had completed 13 projects. And in each project, it was a new level of self-awareness. Icebreaker, researching, presenting, evaluation, and feedback may sound similar to any other communication manual, but as you reach towards level 2, 3, 4, and 5, it gives you this adrenaline rush to actually see where you stand. And then you yourself see that this is what I need. Oh yes, right. This is what I needed. And when you deliver your project, there were two ways of assessments. First was self-assessment. I'll show you how I went. So taking you a bit on these levels, the hardest for me was the challenge really began with level 3, where you started being an introvert. It was really difficult for me to network, talk to people, and use body language. You know, the introverts, like they just want to listen to everyone, not be prefer not to be asked to say something. So this was really hard for me. Level 3 was something, and then I learned a lot. Then public relations strategies. I got to learn how to prepare speeches, keynote speeches, how to manage my project with other volunteers at Toastmasters. And then level 5 was again leading a project with other Toastmasters, like I said. So when I talk about self-assessment, this I really want to share with you as where was I and where I was after each and every project. So in this screen, you will see that when I started Toastmasters Pathways journey at path 1, at level 1, I was all 0 before I took up the project. And after the project, when I had a self-assessment, you can see a marked difference. So for each and every milestone that was given to me by the project manual or description, I had significantly improved my skill. I felt so. So this was I wanted to share when I began with level 1, and now I want to share with you with the level 5. Where was I? So by the time I was at level 5, before skills had marginally improved, significantly. I would not say marginally, but significantly improved. Before it was zeros and afterwards 4. And towards level 5, this was my self-assessment again on certain questions given to me by Pathways. And before I used to take 4, like till the time I reached level 5, my skills before taking up that particular project had already gone higher. It was already 4 to 3 to 4. And then afterwards, it increased further. So this was kind of self-assessment that helped me going and improving throughout. And this was happening with each project. So after completing each of the 13 projects that I just showed you in all the level 5s, I used to get this self-assessment. Along with it, there were evaluators' perspectives. And there were so many things that I needed to improve. I don't want to tell you that. You had already heard all those evaluators. But the one big takeaway was to improve my tone when I'm speaking. And I'm still learning, I know. So then during this journey again, self-assessments, evaluators' perspectives, these were actually taking me along the project. Otherwise, the project, there were so many things I was doing during this pathways. I was a speaker, I was channel evaluator, I was evaluator, grammarian, accountant, timer, Toastmaster of the evening, table topics speaker, topics master, contest chair, and judge. A lot of time. So these learning experiences were something that I wanted to share with you as my achievement today. Now, Toastmasters, life is a book. And really we get a chance to reflect on the chapters that we go through in a rush. We go chapter by chapter and we really get a time, maybe after the retirement or when we are elder and have nothing else to do, then we reflect on our lives and see, oh, that was something that I did really nice and that was something that had to be improved, but now there's no time. Toastmasters International gives us this opportunity Toastmaster is one chapter of my life that gave me an opportunity to reflect and see how and give me a clearer vision of, because I have a way to go now. This is just one path that I selected out of 11 paths. So it gave me this reflection only on my path is giving me an opportunity to see where I stand after completing 13 projects. I still feel that along with all those suite of levels and projects, there's still so much to learn. It's an ongoing process. It won't, if you have a way to go, this is a perfect way to go. Reflect on your path, learn from it. Every evaluation is with me. I am habitual of jotting down the points that I feel are important for me. So I have kept a page or a diary for me for that even. As I said, I don't want to show you what are my weaknesses. But anyways, so then this happened, and reflecting my path was something really cool. And this is not just it. I have a way to go, like I said. And this is 10, whenever I use this word way to go before I sleep. Like I said, I'm already 49. I don't have much time. Who knows when would I be completing all 11 pathways. But before I sleep, I have to keep improving on myself. And here I was listening to past international president, DTM Muhammad Murad, and I really liked a quote by him that was a message to the members and the executive team there. And he said, a Toastmaster, what does a Toastmaster has to do? A Toastmaster has to work on becoming a better person. So I am trying and keeping up for becoming a better person. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shaman. That was a really very good reflection on your part. Now I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Ghulam Kadir for his speech, and his evaluator is Toastmaster Husam Hossain. Would you tell us what his speech objectives are?
So today I'm evaluating TM Ghulam Kadir. His project title is Wedding, a Happy Event with Many Issues. Level 1 of Presentation Mastery. The purpose of his project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback and received from his or her first speech. Good luck, TM Kadir.
Toastmaster of the day, my fellow Toastmasters, and the guests. Today I'm going to speak about one of the most pressing issues which our society is facing. Yes, as my title speaks, it is the wedding. The wedding in which our society is, and the wedding which we all know, is a bond of two individuals. Two families come close together. During this entire process, we have a lot of fun. There are dholkis, there are mendis, there is shadi, there's mayu, there's walima. So many things happen. We wear some very nice clothes. We go to the wedding and have some really good food and come back happily from those events. But during this entire process, we forget as to what sort of pain the family of the girls go through. The process in our society starts with a rishte wali auntie. So this rishte wali auntie carries an album of the most eligible bachelors in town. These eligible bachelors are supposed to be earning very well. these bachelors are supposed to be good looking. So these bachelors have so many qualities, and these aunties entices the parents of the girls that she is going to bring the best of the best proposals for them. During this meetings with this Rishtewali auntie, she makes a lot of money from the parents of the girls. And she does not forget to ridicule, to insult the girl as well. Because the girl has a smaller height, the girl is on a fatter side, the girl has a darker complexion. So she does not forget to pinpoint all these weaknesses in the girl and her family. Maybe the house of the girl is not so well decorated. So this is an entire painful process. And the demand put forward in front of the family of the girl is that the girl should be a doctor, should be able to make a goal roti, and should be 16-year-old. So this is a very, very painful process when the wedding starts, when we plan to start a wedding of our girls in our family. Now, once the payment is made, the boy's family and the boys start to come to these on a good, fine Sunday evening to the family of these girls. They come, they have a good tea, they fill their bellies with the samosas, and after that, they still have the courage to reject those girls. I know one of my colleagues who got married, and when I congratulated him, he was proud to say that GQ, I rejected 36 girls and I found this one. At that very moment, I got emotional, but I controlled myself, because at that moment, I felt like slapping a tight slap on his face. Nevertheless, now comes the immediate relatives of the girls who keep on pushing the parents of the girls that your girls are aging and they will not get the good, better proposals. Now comes the biggest challenge. When all the proposals are agreed, when all the things are finalized, the challenge is to book a hall or a banquet hall, or prepare for the dowry, or prepare for the giveaways for the groom's immediate family. So all this has to be done. So where does the finance will come from? So the finance will either come from saving, from taking the loans from the immediate relatives, or from going to a bank, and the father of the bride will keep on paying that loan amount for his whole life. As a head of personal loans of one of the biggest commercial bank in Pakistan, this is the most reason of taking the loan, the highest reason of taking the loan in our society. One fine day, when I came to my office, I would like to share this incident with you all. I got a call from the reception that one customer wants to meet you. I said, okay, send that customer to me. That customer actually applied for a loan for the wedding of his daughter. And his loan application was rejected. He went to the branch again and again, pleaded them, begged them. But since the loan was rejected, we were able to give the loan to the customer. Somebody at the branch told this to the customer that Mr. GQ sits in Karachi. You need to go all the way to Karachi and get your loan approved. The poor fellow traveled all the way from KPK to Karachi city station. He stayed the night over there and came to meet me in the morning. And he came with his daughter. The whole night they stayed at the railway station. His foot, one of the foot was amputated When he met me, he went down on his knees. He touched my shoes with both his hands and he was crying that, please, sir, approve this loan. This loan just worth of 500,000 rupees. Please approve this because I will not be able to marry my daughter whom I brought with me all the way from the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. This entire incident moved me a lot. Believe me, I went into the washroom and I cried and cried and cried for minutes and minutes and minutes. I came out, approved the loan, and the guy was jubilous. Having said that, what is the responsibility on us as a society? The responsibility of us as a society is to empower our girls through education, through professionalism, and to make them financially strong. And nevertheless, we need to educate our sons not to be materialistic, not to reject these girls on the basis of their height, on the basis of their looks and the complexions, and not to ask for the dowry. And please, please, we need to establish this as we all are educated and have some sort of standing in our society. We need to follow the Sunnah Rasul and get married with bare minimum hassle provided to the girls so that these girls can come to our house and live happily ever after. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir. Now I'd like to call Toastmaster Ali Hassan for his prepared speech, and his evaluator is Toastmaster Asghar. Toastmaster Asghar, would you tell us what his objectives are?
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. But let me know that if Ali Asnan is there, because you call.
He's joined it.
Okay, thank you. TM Ali Babar Asnan has just reached a milestone and he has started a new one. The new one is from Pathway Engaging Humor. Today, he is delivering his first icebreaker from that Engaging Humor level 1. The title of the speech is When I Found the Last Pen. Please welcome TM Babar. The goal of the evaluation is to give an effective evaluation of TM Babar's speech and his delivery style, by the way. So please welcome him.
Thank you. So, am I loud and clear?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are clear.
Okay, perfect. It was a few years ago, a baby was born. The baby with some mysterious mindset. The baby with not so mainstream thought process. And some divine looks. Toastmaster of the afternoon, fellow guests and Toastmasters, a very good afternoon and welcome to the session. Since my childhood, the struggle has been real. Having born with a unique mindset in a brown family means you are abnormal. The abnormal mindset along with your divine looks aside, I am here to discuss the humanly side of my personality. Starting with my childhood. In my childhood, I used to spend most of the time with my sister. And as a younger sister, she would have a million reasons to make me smile. And as a typical brother, I would have a billion reasons to make her angry. As a child, we used to fight a lot. We used to have a lot of arguments. But then at the end, whenever I used to lose the argument, I would end up saying, you know what? You are adopted. This is not all. Where in every argument, it would go endless. And the end would arrive only when we would see the flying chapel of our mother flying right between both of us. The ideal situation would be if it hit one of the two heads just in the blink of an eye, the childhood was over, and I entered the phase of teenage. This phase was a bit troublesome. It meant whenever any girl would cross my path, I was sure he had crossed my path for a reason. He crossed our ways for a reason. It would give me goosebumps. And then, although I knew that couples are made right high in the sky, but we have to put in real effort here on this earth. Unfortunately, I was too slow to put in any efforts in all that. As soon as the teenage was over, it was time to get serious with a career and see what actually works for me as a career. So I went to all the experts, all the gurus in my family to get their valued opinion. And they all had the same answer. Look, son, in Pakistan, our part of the world, we only get to decide the career once we have done BBA finance. I said, okay, let me get started with it. So what I did was, I did my BBA finance in flying colors, and I was ready to enter the practical life. So I went to the same gurus to get their valued opinion on what to do with my career. Then this time they had a bigger problem for me. They said, son, look, once you have done your BBA finance, you have to earn a stable earning, make a stable career for you and your family. Then we will see what you are to do with your career. That was kind of astonishing and shocking as well. Then I decided I'm applying for the jobs to further explore my career. Fortunately enough, I landed here at State Bank of Pakistan. State Bank, I enjoy all the perks of being the government officer. And you know what? State Bank is the dream place. You get to make a good money while you have to do nothing at all the whole day. Now, it's been almost 3 years I have been working here at State Bank. So all the requirements fulfilled. And I have to see, now I plan to go back to the same seniors, the same gurus for their expert opinion to see what they have to say about my career now. Now, one thing that actually scares me that now if I go to them and what if they say, son, you have done whatever you could do. Now let your wife and your God decide what you will do in the future. Thank you, Toastmaster. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali Hasnain. Now I'd like to call Toastmaster Zishan for his prepared speech. And Toastmaster Ali Hasnain, could you tell us the objectives of the speech?
Just wanted to confirm, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, Toastmaster Zishan.
All right.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arusa. And I will be evaluating Toastmaster Dishan on he's giving his level 3, and the pathway he is following is visionary communication. And the purpose of this project is to develop a communication plan for himself. The topic is communicate with confidence. His time slot is 5 to 7 minutes. Best of luck. Can we start?
Thank you, Ali. Thank you for such a nice introduction. Let's start. So let me just relive a memory from my college days. We were group of 7. Everyone had their own different personalities. Someone was better, was an athlete. You know what I mean? But there was one individual who did not actually stand up. He was sitting aside, and whenever we had the tea, he goes out of eggs in here, and me some cigarettes. Oh, tea, please. Alan, am I audible? So, tea, please.
And he used to do whatever he could to please us. I happened to meet that guy last year, December. And I could not
Excuse me.
transformation.
Yeah. Hello, Toastmasters Ishan. I think you're not clearly audible. Can you try reconfiguring the sound or something? Because I think all of us agree
Is
that.
this clear now? Is this clear now?
Yeah, much better, much better. At least to me. Ask your evaluator too if they can hear
Everybody
you.
else, am I audible?
Yes, you
Yes,
are.
but
Yes.
you are echoing.
All right, that's good. Thank you very much. Should I restart?
Yes, sure, Toastmasters Ishan, you can restart.
All right. Let me just relive a story from my college days. You know how college is rebellious and aggressive and so on and so forth. We're a group of 7, and everyone has had Guys, I'm a little confused over here.
Please
Should I
continue,
start?
Toastmasters Ishan. Yes, please continue.
Okay. All right. So everyone had their own different personalities, and then one was a lead puller, another one was an alpha. We used to follow him, and then there was this one individual who was not so prominent. He was shy, timid, and introverted, and his name was Zahir. And whenever we saw him at the tea spot, we used to call him, "Hey Zahir, please get me some tea, get me some sandwiches, will you?" And without complaining, we used to do that. And I used to wonder why. I happened to meet that individual last December 2019, and believe me, the transformation he had was phenomenal. From shy, timid, reserved, introverted to he became confident, outspoken, and extroverted. Suited booted, a manager of a sales corporation, and you would not believe the way he articulated thoughts. We sat down for 2 hours, had lunch. For the first half an hour, I was surprised and I could not resist myself to ask, what changed? After probing, pinching here and there, he agreed that yes, I was the reserved guy because I wanted to socialize myself or associate myself with your group because your group was fascinating. In university, he mentioned that he met his uncle, long lost one. And it was him who mentored, shared his experiences, and coached him. Basically, what he did was to develop his hidden talents, pushed him out of his comfort zone. And that's how he became who he became now. From an introvert to an extrovert, or should I say an ambivert. Fellow Toastmasters, I'm greatly thankful to you for you to attend this meeting and attended the previous in this speech. I understand that you are already experienced. You have this leadership and this public speaking experience, and you may have a couple of questions. He mentioned one thing which is very important, and he said there are 3 fears everyone will have, or everyone has. Those 3 fears, which I'm going to describe and neutralize them in the speech, along with my major objective. And I would like you to participate in a small engaging activity. Are you with me? Just say yes.
Yes.
Very good. So I want you to recall your first day of Masters meeting, you as being a guest and being called upon for the table topic. How would you rate your confidence then on a scale of 1 to 10? Just say yes, I don't want the numbers. Done?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Very good. Now, if I give you a table topic now, very good. If I could give you a table topic now, what would you feel, rate your confidence from 1 to 10, given the fact that you're all equipped with public speaking skills and leadership and management skills? I'm sure, do you feel better that you're far much more equipped and far much more confident? Aren't you? I reckon I take that as a yes. Fellow Toastmasters, as a communication coach, my objective is to empower individuals to communicate with purpose and change the way they think with success-inducing confidence and eliminate those three main fears which every one of us have. Number one, the fear of being judged. Number two, the fear of not being so good enough. Every day we develop this. And then the lastly big one, we call it the fear of rejection. Now, what does a communication coach do? A communication coach eliminates all these three major primordial fears by a VTG method. Let me just describe. For your fear of being judged, identify the value system you have by asking a question, what is important to me and what is not? To summarize it simply, if you're standing in front of the audience, what is important? I want my voice to be heard. I want my purpose to be heard. I want my intention and my message to be heard. Similarly, secondly, your fear of not being good enough is to understand the thought process that you have had. Your thoughts will result in an action, and that action will have a certain outcome. So if you change your thought, change actions. Lastly, fear of rejection. Now, fear of rejection is what you need to do is if you have a goal with you, what you can do, you can focus on your goal and the rejection will normalize automatically. Recently, I did an experiment. I was exposed to a group of 30 strangers online, and I made 2 to 3 individuals speak with confidence. Not only they were able to ask questions, but they were presenting. Then and there, these were those individuals who were typing the questions. And it was a phenomenal activity. And you must be probably wondering, how did I come to know about this? It is the short communication plan which we devised, me and a friend of mine, through Facebook. So we initiated a free 1-hour class, and we created a post which was there on our stories and in the groups, and as well as on the WhatsApp. And believe me, that those 2 English language teachers, and I was able to close 2 communication coaching sessions. Now, I'm sure you would want to know what is better, English language or communication coaching, because communication is an art. It's the way to deliver and transpire your thoughts in a much more articulate way so that everybody can understand. That's where communication comes and coaching comes. I thank you all for your patience and listening to this particular presentation. Clearly, I would take questions in the chat. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zishan, for that wonderful speech. And now I'd like to ask the timer, has everyone qualified?
Just give me a second. Just let me open the window and yeah, everyone except Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir qualified. Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir exceeded. Can anyone confirm that his project duration was 5 to 7 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, then he has, yeah, so then he went overtime. He went to 8 minutes and 6 seconds. The rest have all qualified.
Okay, so please send in your votes through the chat box. Just private message me. My name is Musa Kamil, so just send me private messages for your best speaker. Now I'd like to move on to the next session, which is the table topic session, and it will be conducted by none other than Toastmaster Asghar, who is a very seasoned Toastmaster, and he will be putting you through some real thought-provoking topics. So over to Toastmaster Asghar for the table topic session.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. And welcome all Toastmasters and dear guests. As we all know, and for the benefit of especially the guest, this is our second session, which is called Table Topic Session. The main goal of this session, as most of you know, is to challenge speakers to listen, think, organize, and speak on their feet. This feet I'm using figuratively. You can sit on your sofa and speak by answering unprepared questions or expressing their opinion on hitherto unknown statement. Am I clear to Toastmaster of the day? Am I audible?
Very clear.
Yes,
Very clear.
you're audible.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Uh, how important it is. Let me recall my first day. When I entered this club, I was trying to hide a far corner of the room, but soon was found out none other than DTM Talha bin Ahmed, who was doing a role as toast table topic master. Believe me, after coming on the stage and speak, I had a sort of feeling of fit in and belonging. So here is my take, especially for the guests. The guests are more likely to join the club as a member if you are provide the opportunity to them to speak in the session. Because table topic is considered to be a magic wind, a sort of magic wind that makes fear disappear, create an eagerness to do more. The only bad thing about this session that I don't like is, according to the manual, the table topic master should talk the least. I think the idea is not to steal the limelight from the speaker and facilitate them to attend to the topic. Today, I shall be asking questions related to our theme, which is hope and optimism. And I also encourage to use you to the word of the day, which is conundrum, how to connect this word conundrum with the optimism or the hope. So fasten your seatbelt. We are about to enter the turbulent water of impromptu speaking. Your response, should I go the timer? Should I repeat the timing? Should I repeat?
Yes, I think for the benefit of the guests, it bears repeat.
Okay. So, dear all, especially guests, your response must be at least 1 minute and cannot be more than 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You will see a green signal by our timer after 1 minute. That will be your minimum time. A yellow signal at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and red signal at 2 minutes, with 30-second space to leave the stage. Am I right, timer? Okay. Dear all, it's okay even to lie while interpreting or giving your opinion about the statement or the questions which I'm going to pose on you. I just want you to speak as confidently as possible around the statement. So here we are. I would like to start from one of our veteran Toastmaster to set the ball rolling and going towards the guests. My first question or statement would be for Abid Ali Abib. I can't see him. Are you there? I can't see him now. Yes, he's here. He's here, but please unmute you. Okay. Abid, there is a statement. I want you to talk around this statement. This statement is given basically a Chilean poet, Pablo Neruda. He said, you can cut all the flowers, but you cannot keep spring from coming. Over to you.
Table topic masters, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. The topic is Toastmaster Asghar. You can cut the flowers, but you can't stop the springs coming. Is it?
Yes.
So, fellow Toastmasters, nowadays, today the theme is optimism, and the point is that we are in an era, because we are the difficult part. This is the difficult age of the history. As I have seen in my life, this is the most difficult time, and everybody is in a fear mode all the time. And I have observed that most of the people are in a totally, their state of mind is totally, no, they are not in their proper state of mind. And as far as I have observed, and I follow the news channels and all the talk shows, so it realized that half of the nation is in a very half of the nation is totally in a psycho case. They became a psycho cases. So in my opinion, uh, but the hope is there. The hope is there, and as the news are coming that the good thing will become, inshallah, very soon, that this era will be over very soon, and the people uh, as the leaders of the country, every country now, as the time passes, they are taking the major steps, and not only economically, but also they have to see the healthcare facilities and everything. So along with the the precautionary measures and the SOPs, we are just we are just following the, nowadays we are talking about the smart lockdown, and everything is moving in that direction. So I believe that uh, although it's a difficult time, like the flowers cut, but the spring, inshallah, we will soon see. Over to you, sir.
Oh, thank you, Abid Ali Abi, for your hope about the spring. I want to go towards Mohammed Tala, CA. Is he available? Our guest was a Toastmaster, but he is participating as a guest. I can't see him.
Am I
Can
audible?
Mohammed Tala, yes. Thank you. Um, uh, my question or rather statement is, with every mistake, we must surely be learning something. I want you to talk around it. Do you agree with this statement?
Okay, so today my topic is with every mistake we learn. Okay, so many times in our life we do mistake, and everyone do mistakes, but the successful person is the one who learns from it, and next time he or she do not repeat that mistake again. Like in this pandemic, we should learn from it, and we should see how these things are going all around, and from past diseases we should learn and not do things that that um, that can reduce this virus or something. So we should learn from our mistakes, and do not do it again. And this is all from my side. And also we should do it so that we could be successful in our lives. Like many times nowadays I'm a student, so I've seen that from studies point of view, sometime I do some mistakes. So when I realize that I am doing that mistake, and I do not do that mistake again, so it really helps me in my life. Over to you.
Thank you, Mohammed Talab. My next speaker will be guest Madam Rashida, if she is available or around, because I can't see. I don't know the reason. I could see more than 15 people in one screen. Today I can see just 5 of them. Can anybody or Madam respond me if she is there?
He left.
Okay, okay.
You can call Deepna.
Okay, the next guest is Bilal Malik, if he is available. Bilal Malik. Bilal Malik is not available. Okay, what about Arshad Khan? We have Arshad Khan. Our yes, Arshad Khan is there. Arshad, I can see you. Okay. Arshad Khan, for you, I have a statement that those who are against optimism, they usually says that the optimism is the madness of insisting that all is well when we are miserable. Arshad, please unmute yourself so that you can speak.
Hello.
Okay. Okay. Hello. Arshad, there are the people who says that the optimism is the madness of insisting that all is well when we are miserable. Do you?
Hello. No, I not agree about this statement. Optimism is not madness. Optimism is a very positive and good thing. Optimism leads us when we are in very dark moment of the life, when we have nothing in our life. So we must follow optimism, and their optimism always give us a chance, and optimism always show the bright side of the life. And on the basis of optimism, we grow and nations grow. As previously we have discussed about the current situation. It is optimism which help us, and we are gathered here. If we are not optimists, I think that we don't gather here. So my point of view is that optimism is a good thing, and we must be optimistic in every situation. There is maybe some we get result. There is a delay in getting result of our success, but optimism is always there, and we should be optimistic. Thank you. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Arshad Khan. Thank you for your statement. Even if you are not agree, it's very beautifully, you beautifully defended what you believe. My next speaker will be Ali Zargham, if is available. Our, Toastmaster Ali Zargham. I just saw him once. Okay.
Yes, I am available.
Okay. Ali, thank you. Thank you being there. For you, I would like to talk that I try to think about optimism. I try to look at the beautiful things in life.
Okay, so the today's topic is optimism. I think that optimism is a life, and in every difficult situation, we should focus on optimism because everyone everyone's life is not easy, and everyone see difficult times in their lives. And so if you are in conundrum and you don't have any hope and you don't have uh, any optimism, so you are already dead. And if in this situation, if you are not hopeful and you are not optimist, you start getting ill. And if you are mentally ill, you start getting physically ill as well. So in my opinion, if like the speakers told us that uh, this situation is very difficult, and we should be optimist about this situation as well. Thank you, Azhar. Thank you, TM, as well.
TM
Azhar,
Shoaib,
we cannot hear you.
TM Shoaib, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir, I can
Thank
hear
you.
you.
Thank you, Team Shoaib. For you, my statement is optimism for some people is a doctrine or a belief that everything is beautiful, including what is ugly.
Thank you very much, Mr. Azwar, for giving me such a wonderful topic.
Welcome.
And my other Toastmaster explained it in a very well manner. And I agree that optimism is considered as a right way of life because it helps the person lead towards correct direction of life in their goal. It is essential to act moderate in an optimistic feeling, as the extreme optimistic people always have positive desires. They always have to work for a longer hours and save more money, which will lead to change their financial behavior as well. And I would like to add over here that for creating optimism, we must try to create encouraging and positive attitude. And because positive attitude is very important for creating positive results and experience, and it is also optimism required for happiness either in our personal lives and either in our business life as well. And second thing that is also required for optimism to eliminate negativity from our life because all negative feeling and vibration from our mind that make learn and understand about the deeper meaning of the words and dialogue. So we can ask more questions to clear positivities in our life, and it is very good for our life that we must remove negativity and change our style with positive thinking. Over to the title topic, Master. Thank you.
Toastmaster, we can't hear you.
It happens, you know, two things always I'm confronting with irritating children and technological hitch. I'm very sorry. My last speaker would be Deepna then, because I can see her in front of me. Deepna, I want you to talk about this statement is uh, pain is real, but so is hope. Do you agree? Please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, everyone. Seeing you after a long time. So here is that what I get the topic that pain is real, so is the hope. Though my age is not so much, like I'm just 20, but I've seen many ups and downs within my life and within some environmental issues and so extra. Sometimes we are like, we cannot actually see the hope, the bright side of the life because we are so consumed with our dark hopes, the ups and downs, the falls. So at that moment, what we actually need to think is there is the bright side, there is the positive thing, there is the right path. Instead, what we are actually doing is that procrastinating about what we are going through, why we are so this worse. We question to the God, why do I have these hardships, and why not I am on that lucky path. But at that particular instance, if we start being optimistic, I believe that it will eventually turn out to be good and beautiful for us because the major part of our actions depend upon how we think. That is based on a thought. So as we think, it will eventually turn out to be that way only. And this is something that I have experienced in my life. So if I keep on saying that this is bad, I am a bad soul, I'm a poor soul who is so unlucky to have any of the happiness around the world. So I will eventually and ultimately feel like that only. But at the other end, if I think, oh, I'm blessed with so many uncountable things. If I have got food to eat, I have shelter. Right now, we can take an example. Though my birthday is going to be spoiled because of this corona, definitely. But the thing I need to be grateful is that I do have a shelter, I do have food, I have secured environment, and I have money to buy the sanitizer at the end of the day. So there are thousands of things to be grateful. So hope for the best, and eventually everything will turn around beautiful for you. Thank you. Over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you. This is the end of the speaker list from me. I think, yes, and now I return the control of the meeting to our master of ceremony.
Toastmaster as well. Could you
Yeah.
please call one last speaker?
I mean,
Toastmaster Osama.
I can't see Osama.
Yes, he's here.
Osama, is he available?
Yes, he's available.
Yes, I'm available.
Osama. Okay. At least I can't see, but as long as I can hear you, you can go ahead. Yes.
Okay.
Here is for you. Someone says hope costs nothing. Do you agree?
Hope cost?
Nothing.
Sorry. What you mean that hope is nothing?
Yes. When you are hopeful, nobody is asking you for money. I mean, you are not supposed to purchase the hope from any store. So hope costs nothing. Do you agree?
I believe that hopes come from the belief system from someone else you follow, or some of the mentors you are listening to them, that develops the hope in you. And when you develop positive hope in life, so you may get success. And the positive hopes can help you out to battle all the things in life. Over to you.
Okay, so thank you. Actually, I was confused this morning about being hopeful or not to be hopeful. You solved this conundrum very clearly. There was a clear majority I can see that you voted for the hope, and thank you solving this conundrum for me. So from here, I would like to hand over the control to the Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asghar. Timer, could you tell us if everyone qualified?
Everyone qualified except for two speakers. Toastmaster Abid Ali Habib overstepped his time, and Toastmaster Osama spoke for less than the allotted time. Other than that, all are qualified, which include Toastmaster Mohammad Talha, Arshad Khan, Ali Zagam, Shuaib, and Toastmaster Deepna.
Okay, so I'd like everyone to cast their votes by sending me a private message, just like they did for the prepared speakers. And please vote, because there are 26 of us and no one's voting. So please send the vote, private votes, please. Now I'd like to call Toastmaster Navinta for the general evaluation session. Over to you, Toastmaster Navinta.
Good afternoon and welcome everyone to the meeting. So today the role given to me is the general evaluator. I was so confused, and no one can imagine how Toastmaster Rana managed to give me this role. So basically, it is very important to periodically assess and adopt your activities to ensure that they are effective as they can be. So evaluation can help you identify the areas of improvement and ultimately help you realize the areas of realize your goal more efficiently. So first of all, I would like to introduce Toastmaster Mariam. She is doing MBBS and in the third year, and her hobbies are public speaking. So she will be evaluating Toastmaster Ali Asher on his icebreaker, When I Found the Lost Pen. Welcome, Toastmaster Mariam Arif.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
So, Toastmaster Ali Asher, When I Found My Lost Pen. A very nice, precise, to-the-point speech in terms of organization. So you started with a salutation, which is obviously recommended by Toastmasters International. And it also shows us that you were clearly a confident speaker. Then I also like that how you used the whole stage area and you kept on moving from one point to another. The next thing that I had to judge you upon was the structure of the speech, and that too I liked it how your speech was divided into an intro where you told us about yourself and a bit about yourself and your siblings, which was the requirement as per the icebreaker. So we got to know about you a little, and then in the body of the speech, you told us about your journey, about how you found that lost pen and how you how the changes you had in at a personal level, the changes that you face in the whole journey of your life. And then you ended with a take-home message, a lesson, which is surely a beautiful way to end your speech and to give your audience a message to take with. I also liked how you were very specific with the dates and how you were extremely comfortable with the audience and with the virtual audience in the setup we have right now. Also, you used the props, which become a bit challenging, but you were really comfortable with that again, and you had very nice gestures. But for improvement, I would like to give you 3 points. First of all, I could see that you were making good use of the stage area, but your movements need to be a bit more meaningful. They need to have some purpose. For example, if you are transitioning from one phase of your life to another, if you are moving from the intro of the speech to the body of the speech, that is when you can make movements. When you're moving from one life event to another, that is when you can make the movements and stand still for a while so that your movements can have some meaning in them. Apart from that, the second suggestion that I would give you is the pauses. I feel that you started and ended with the same pace and the same you started and ended with the same pace. So what you could do is that add some pauses, like when you said, I am in front of you all, and you give a pause. So it gives a bit more effect and a bit more impact to your speech. Or you say, my life is not as simple, and then you give a pause and then you proceed, so that your punchlines have a bit more impact on the audience. And the third is that the third suggestion is that you change your expressions, that your expressions should reflect what you're saying. So when you're talking about the times when you were in grief, when you're talking about the lows in your life, you like the passing away of the loved ones, or the changes that you went through, you can add some more expressions of grief onto your face and bring some more vocal variety, like lowering your voice when you're talking about the lows in your life, and then raising your voice when you're talking about the good times that you were going through. So with that said, I'd like to say that you were a very confident speaker, you were very comfortable with the audience, and you had a very well organized speech, but you can move on, improve on making meaningful movements and adding pauses and changing expressions. Over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mariam Arif. It was a very nice evaluation by you, because as far as I thought, the icebreaker was very simple and clear and audible, that it's very difficult to give suggestions on that, but you beautifully managed to give the suggestions. Congratulations. And now I would like to introduce DTM Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid, my mentor. So he is a CA by profession. He has joined Toastmasters on 2016, and he's the immediate post-president of Karachi Toastmasters and currently serving as a club growth director of District 122. You see, and he will be evaluating Toastmaster Shamam's last level of her path speech. Name is Reflect on Your Path is Way to Go. So over to you, Toastmaster Talha.
Thank you so much, Journal Evaluator. So, Toastmaster Shamam, I have two beefs with you, which I'll settle right now. What is it that everyone has against introverts? I mean, seriously, have you heard anyone criticizing extroverts? No, because we introverts focus on the job rather than looking outside, looking for things to criticize. So, introverts write books, introverts invent, introverts make this world work. And if you're an introvert, you should be proud of it, because an extrovert wouldn't have made such a speech. Extroverts mostly win elections. Secondly, why are you so fatalistic? I mean, you're posing as if I'm 49 and I don't know how much time I have. I'm seriously, what are you doing here? So being in that same age bracket, I take strong exception to your fatalistic views, and that casts a slight shadow on otherwise an excellent speech, because everything that you learned during the pathway was apparent. First of all, you did an amazing job with the visual aids. I seriously appreciate it. It was an education for any new Toastmaster. It was an education for all of us watching here. Secondly, your demeanor, unlike some of your text, was very upbeat, very bright, very optimistic, and that's always appreciated. You had genuine joy and glee on completing a pathway, and I can totally relate because I've seen how hard you work on each and every project. So kudos, because I believe everyone will agree that yours was a speech of someone who had just completed a pathway, and it justified completing that pathway. Just a few improvement areas. I think you were a little too close to the camera, so maybe next time sit a little farther away so that more of your gestures, etc., can be seen. And sometimes I felt that your speech was a little bit monotonous. Yes, the tonality was there, the enthusiasm was there, but it was on a uniform scale. So there weren't any ups and downs. So, and thirdly, I felt that it was too much. There may have been too much information, which would be good for us Toastmasters, but for anyone who is not acquainted with Toastmasters may have been slightly confusing. But again, that's just my personal opinion, because after all, your speech was meant for Toastmasters mostly. And lastly, there was a slight bit of monotony and repetition in the end. Perhaps you lost your train of thought a little bit. But you used facial expressions to the fullest. This is how to use the camera. Your visual aids were superb. And in conclusion, I would just say that, yes, as you say, if you have a way to go, this is a perfect way to go. And we cannot wait for your next journey. I personally look forward to your speeches, and I wonder what the next pathway will bring if you are at this level after end of one pathway. Congratulations. Over to you, Journal Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for your evaluation. Toastmaster Shamam, even I would like to give some input about your speech. That I was so inspired when I saw the picture in which you managed to write level 1, level 2, what you achieved in level 1, what you learned on the level 2 till the level 5, right? So it was so means like when you were telling us about those levels, and we can see on the screen as well, it was so nice that you can easily correlate the both things. And you should also be optimistic about your age, like definitely. So all the very best for your next speech. So the next evaluation, I would like to call Toastmaster Asghar, the winner of last year's evaluation contest, and he's working in a public sector with government of Balochistan, and he's a member of Karachi Toastmasters from 2 years. So he will be evaluating Toastmaster Ali Hasnain's speech, engaging humor. Level 1 is icebreaker with a question mark. Welcome, Toastmaster Asghar.
Thank you, Journal Evaluator, for your kind words. Toastmaster Ali Babar Hasnain, I'm not sure whether he is available to hear me.
He is there. He is there.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes. Now you are visible. Thank you very much. You know, it's somewhat, embarrassing not to see someone to whom you're evaluating. So, TM Babar, it's good to find to you to step out your comfort zone and stretch yourself towards something called humor. Because we all know, and I strongly believe, that humor inspires and motivates. It prepares listeners for receiving information. Since it was an icebreaker, a sort of, you woven your humorous speech into a personal story, and you utilized a very powerful instrument I called self-deprecating. When you said that you are an abnormal from a brown family, an otherwise brown family, and then you know, described your encounter with your sibling and being taunted. Uh, After that, you described your education journey, a BBA finance with the, and traveling from BBA finance to State Bank for 3 years. And it is good to see something not related to the data. You are always, I found you always stuck up in data crunching, data analyzing, you know, data digging. This is something that you described it openly in a very plain language, quite understandable to me. Someone who is, you know, happen to be very weak when it comes to data related things. And then you describe your advice from some of your gurus, and then you end up very beautifully with the, you know, what your wife and God decides for you, you will follow them. You have a very good body gestures and a body language, but you know, when it comes to the humor, you need more exaggeration, number one. Number two, you need deliberate pauses and allow us to speak what you are saying. This is the second thing I would like to propose. uh, Finally, I believe that when we practice our delivery, we become a better speaker. We usually draft our speech, and then we somehow think that we have done our job. In fact, it is 50% done. And when it comes to the humor, you need to practice it, because uh, we must know where we need to stop for pauses, for allow your audience to react. Overall, you know, it is good, and you are an experienced speaker and you know how to do it. What I need is the more exaggeration, the more pauses, and that's it. uh, Good luck for the journey. Thank you.
So thank you, Toastmaster Azhar, for giving valued evaluation. But I would also like to add some points over here that nobody is so like sure that everybody is sure that you have to walk on God's wills, but nobody is really sure that you will be agreeing on your wife demands or what he thinks about your future. So okay, the next for next evaluation is yeah, I would like to call Toastmaster Urusa Mawson. She is a runner-up on the international speech contest. It was the first time I met her, and I was really inspired by her speech. So I would like to welcome you. And she'll be evaluating Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir, and presentation must be level 1, evaluation and feedback, wedding, a happy event with many issues. Welcome, Toastmaster Urusa Mawson. Unmute your mic, please.
Sorry about that. Thank you so much, TM Navinta. I'm evaluating TM Ghulam Qadir, and he had a very interesting topic of weddings. And so whenever I hear Rishta Wali aunties, so somehow it causes a state of conundrum in all the organs of my body. So yeah, so I really liked how you well knitted all the stories, all your personal stories of your friend and yourself about the idea of weddings and the idea of where the bride's family, they are overburdened with the loan. So that was very interesting. You were very fluent. I've seen you first time, I think it was your icebreaker session, and even then I was really admired by how fluent you were in your communication. You had brilliant eye contact with the camera. You were very comfortable. However, one thing is that you mentioned, I like the idea when you mentioned gold roti and you made a circle. But I think as far as I know, in here at Toastmasters, if we mention an Urdu word, we need to also translate it in English, if I'm not wrong. you had, so when you couldn't express anything, you had your hands on your waistline, which was really good. Now, when coming to the matters of improvement, when you talked about pain and you talked about where your friend rejected 36 girls, so I would, however, uh, uh, suggest that maybe if we could, you could use more of emotions and you could use more of your facial expressions in that. When you talk about 36 girls, you could have, expressed it like this. So I saw a little bit improvement where you could use more of vocal variety also along, which could really enhance your speech. And then when you said that I went down on my knees, so maybe if you could physically go down on your knees, that would create a rather more impact on the audience. I don't know if I'm missing it out, but I couldn't probably see that if you saluted the audience where you mentioned, welcome Toastmasters and distinguished guests. So I think maybe if somehow you could add that element too in your speech. Otherwise, one thing more, lastly, if you could maybe use more of the spaces around where you could express one point at one, and then you could move on to a few steps, maybe a one step to enhance or give an impact for your second or third point. So that could probably be really brilliant for your speech. In the end, you ended up with the conclusion to educate girls. So on that, I just remember a quote where it says that when you educate a woman, you educate a nation. So brilliantly well knitted message. Congratulations. Thank you.
So, yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Usha Mohsen, for your valuable evaluation. Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir, I would for Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir, that wedding, it's like, I think wedding problems are for as female as compared to the males, right? So both, you should at least tell some problems about the groom side as well. And you were speaking kind of a bit slow, like I felt that you could have improved in your speed, and so you would have managed to finish the speech on time. So all the best for your next speech. Now for the last evaluation, I would like to invite Toastmaster Ali Hasnain, bachelor's in business administration, Lahori, residing in Karachi, and traveler by profession but stuck somewhere in banking. So over to you, and he'll be evaluating Toastmaster Zishan for his visionary communication level 3, developing a communication plan, communicate with confidence. Over to you, Toastmaster Ali Hassan.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for such a warm introduction. I'm facing some issue with the camera, so let me go on without the video. I believe you can hear me all.
Yes, we can hear you.
So TM Zishan, with the speech title Communicate with Confidence, the purpose of the speech was to practice developing a communication plan. Beautifully, he started his speech with an anecdote, which was quite engaging, and that sparked the interest in all of us. One of the most important tools to start the speech with. Moving on to the areas he excelled in, he kept the audience engaged with his content and with the tools. His body language was quite in line with the speech he was delivering. And the best part was the inflection. Whenever it was required, he slowed down his. Whenever required, he was quite loud. In Nishan, you were making meaningful movements, and that quite helped to deliver the content of your speech. I would suggest, even though we are online, it's always good to remain aware of the audience awareness. When we focus on the screen, we can always see if the audience is responsive, if they are getting the message or not. So maybe you can work on that. Another area of improvement I would suggest is people hands, like your hands were across the waist most of the time. So either you can make gestures with the hand, or you can keep them steeple. Then the space utilization, as we practice it in the on-site meeting, when we have it in the beach luxury hotel, we use the allotted space. So the same can be applied here. We can have more of a space and move around to make the speech more interesting. The best part was you took us to the beginning of the Toastmaster journey, and I could literally feel how I started my journey with less than 20 seconds of public speaking. The speech structure was quite synchronized, quite bright, and quite interesting. So since we have moved on to the virtual meeting concept, I would suggest that we also evaluate the speeches on basis of the equipment used. Uh, the lighting in your room, in your speech was perfect. The mic was perfect. Background was perfect. One thing was not good enough. That was your internet connection. So I had a hard time hearing you and understanding some parts of the speech. So maybe you can take it as a challenge to always check the equipment before you get online and deliver your speech. Lastly, the master of pauses and expressions. On the whole, you nailed the project as always. Another masterpiece of auditorship from a craftsman like you. Job well done, PM Zishan. Over to general evaluators. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Baba Hussain.
Thank you, Ali.
So, here the evaluation for prepared speeches end. So, is everybody qualified for evaluation of the prepared speeches, Simon?
Sorry, yeah. Yes, everyone has qualified, and today's unique feature is that everybody has gone over 3 minutes 15 seconds and yet barely managed to avoid 3 minutes 30 seconds. So brilliant job, everyone.
So, okay. So here we start evaluation for table topic session. So the table topic session, Toastmaster Arthur has just chosen the amazing questions or text or the words like on basis of optimism. So I was really inspired by the quotes he has chosen, and we have to tell our reviews about like what we think about the basic quotes. So I would like to call Toastmaster Simam for her evaluation. She is on the last level of her path, and personally a nature level, and professionally a development and humanitarian monitoring and evaluation specialist. Welcome, Toastmaster Simam. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. As table topic evaluator, my role is here to pick some points that I liked most and identify a few areas where speakers and all of us can improve. However, it is a challenge to evaluate all the speakers in all the table topic speakers in a short time. We start with pictures to the participants of table topic who showed us what do we do when we are put in the spot and improvise. Because that's what we come across in everyday life. Rarely we are given a chance to prepare a speech and then deliver, whether at work or in family or friends. So that was a big round of applause for every table topic speaker. Now, first come first, I would start with table topic master, Toastmaster Asgar. Well done. He explained properly the goal of the table topics and reinstated the time factor, which is very important. And it was in the benefit of the table topic speakers sir, you considered not stealing the limelight from the rest of the speakers and, bend your horses and started the table topic session. Toastmasters got accommodated most of those who were not participating in any of the roles or any speeches. So that was a brilliant thing to do, brilliant consideration. Your selection of statements was appropriate for the impromptu speeches. And you clearly read the questions so that the participants as well as the audience can capture and understand the goal that they are given to speak about. A small anecdote, however, about the theme itself, the optimize, or an instance could have added the flavor about the theme in this session. Although you carried it well through the topics that you selected, but I feel that a bit about the theme optimize could have added a flavor. A reminder of word of the day was missing throughout, although it was in the chat windows. But I have learned that table topic master has to keep repeating the word of the day so that the speaker have it in their mind. Now, getting on to guest Abid, he talked about the theme optimized in his Cut the Flowers Yet Can't Stop the Spring. And it was really pleasant how he carried it along the topic, repeated the topic to conclusion. So that was great. Muhammad Talha, guest Muhammad Talha talked about with every mistake we learn, and the best part I liked is his associating with his student life. So it was a smart move, and it shows the presence of his mind at that point. Toastmaster Ashraf Khan talked about optimism, and it was decisive. Toastmaster Ali Zarham again had this sentimental thoughts about mental and physical wellness associated with optimism, and which was taken very well. Toastmaster Shoaib, doctrine, everything is beautiful, and you took it up with the doctrine that everything is beautiful. You also supported with some of the adverse aspects of negativity, so it supported overall what you were trying to say, and it supported the topic in a good manner. Toastmaster Deepna, your topic was pain is real and so is the hope. And the best phrase that you used to start with, we are so consumed with darkness. And that touched my heart. So it was a very good way of starting something about pain is real and so is the hope. Then guest, I'm not sure if that was a guest or Toastmaster Osama Bhatti. Hope cost nothing. It was very brief though, but thank you for speaking up or not giving up on it. You could elaborate further on hope cost nothing. However, overall, I feel that most of the speakers were a bit distracted with the content. So the structure needs to be worked on. There has to be a proper opening. Most of the time, the speakers were distracted with the body part. So they were smart enough to associate or link the opening with the conclusion, and touch base with the topic in the conclusion, but the body part was kind of weak. So we all need to work on that aspect. Overall, best part of today's table topic was that none of the speakers had faced conundrum and responded with variety of speaking skills. All of the questions were really fun. All speakers were nowhere less than any good speaker. All you need is a bit of polishing and make it more fun with practicing in Toastmasters Club meetings. With that, I stop here with evaluation points that we can all try when we next speak. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Hello, yes. Can you all hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. So when my sister just rushed into me from the other room and she said me, please unmute karo, then you have to speak. So here I am. So thank you, Toastmaster Shimam, for your valuable evaluation. How beautifully you evaluated all the table topics session. So first, I would like everyone to kindly vote for the best evaluator to Toastmaster Urusha Kamal privately. Yes. And okay. So in this time of COVID-19, being a doctor, I would really like to say that we all should be optimistic sooner or later this will pass and we can see each other on beach luxury for KTC meetings. So I would like to have reports from the facilitators. Word Master, Toastmaster Imran Rana, please give your feedback.
Imran Raza.
Yes, today
Oh, sorry.
few participants
Toastmaster
has
Imran
used
Raza.
the word condom, and the one I have noted and remember is Miss Rosa. So this is my report over the word of the day.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Imran Raza. Grammarian, Toastmaster Usa Kaval, please.
Thank you, General Evaluator. We have gotten good with the grammar, actually. And although we do speak disconnected sentences, like using filler words like ums, generally our sentence constructions are really good. A few sentences or phrases that we could have improved on are the responsibility of us could have been our responsibility. You get to make a good money could have been you get to make good money. And then everyone see difficult time in life could have been everyone has seen difficult times. And lastly, we should be optimist about the situation could have been we should be optimistic about the situation. So other than this, we were really good. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Usa. Once again, I would like to say you all that please cast your vote for evaluators and privately text that to Toastmaster Usha Kaval. Next, I would like to call who is super grammarian. It's not mentioned here. Okay, Toastmaster Imran, please.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. So let's start the listening test. Now I would like to hand over virtual mic to. You all are requested to unmute your mics. Perfect. I lost my love. I lost my love. I lost my love. Perfect. It was all about me. It was all about me. It was all about me. Toastmaster Shaman. Okay. Speech structure was quite synchronized.
Toastmaster Baba.
Yes. Okay. Answering unprepared questions.
Toastmaster Shaman.
Answering unprepared question. No. It's Toastmaster.
Asghar.
Yes. Okay. You weaven your humor with your personal stories.
Rusa Mohsin.
Yes, Toastmaster is good. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran Rana, for super grammarian role. For our counter, I would like Toastmaster Bakir.
Yes. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Miss Mariam Arif say Oz 7 times, Ali Asher 2 times, DTM Talha 3 times, MTM Shamam 8 times, Urusa Mohsin 2 times, Ghulam Qadir no, Asghar Saab 5 times, Babar Ali Hasnan 1 times, TM Abid 5 times, another Muhammad Talha more than 15 times, Arshad Khan more than 15 times, Ali Zargam 2 times, 2 arms, Osama 1 hours, and Urusa Kawal 3 arms. That's all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bakar. DTM Talha bin Hamid, as a timer is everyone qualified? I would like to have your evaluation.
Yeah, thank you so much. We started a little bit late, though, only 5 minutes late, but as the meeting progressed, we lagged behind a little bit. So this segment should have been about 15 minutes ago. But overall, no harm because it takes time to get a meeting going. In terms of individual times, in terms of speakers, Toastmaster Ali Ashanjung spoke for 5 minutes 55 seconds, Toastmaster Imam 11 minutes 2 seconds, Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir 8 minutes 6 seconds, Toastmaster Babar 4 minutes 44 seconds, and Toastmaster Zishan Khan 7 minutes 16 seconds. As I mentioned earlier, all the table topic speakers also were well within time, except for Toastmaster Abid Al-Nadeem. And as far as the evaluations are concerned, Toastmaster Mariam Marif and Toastmaster myself, Toastmaster Azhar, Toastmaster Rusa, Toastmaster Baba, and Toastmaster Shimam. Toastmaster Baba, yeah. All of them were above 3 minutes 15 seconds, and none of them were above 3 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Shamam took 5 minutes 19 seconds for a table topics evaluation. Roughly, the rule of thumb is 30 seconds per speaker. But since table topics evaluation is not an official Toastmasters defined role, so I think we can have a little leeway with it, and the purpose is to give valuable feedback to the table topic speaker. That was my report. Over to you, General Evaluation.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Talha. So here I would like to give a general evaluation, but before, I was in the correndum when Toastmaster Imran Rana asked me for general evaluator, and then I tried to be optimistic to do this role. And as a general evaluation, we started a bit late, I guess 8 or 10 minutes late. When everybody knows that the meeting is scheduled at 12, you all should try to be online like 5 minutes before the meeting. So if there's any problem with the connection issues, so we can resolve that. And in this time when we cannot meet at Beach Luxury for the meeting, and this is the best way to have virtual meeting on Zoom, and how easily we can give speech and listen to it and evaluate online is like we are learning this time. We are using this time to learn different ways of communication, and in this way, people not from only Karachi and the other members, other persons can also join. That's very nice thing. So as far as evaluation, Toastmaster Mariam has beautifully evaluated like a very simple speech and has given main points how to improve the speech. And overall, Toastmaster Urusa has very has given detailed evaluation as what I felt that she has managed to give all like each and basic you can say is basic points to how your should be the background and everything. It's very nice. Overall, thank you everyone for your feedback and evaluation. I would like to hand over the task to Toastmaster of the evening. Toastmaster Rusa. Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Navita, for the general evaluation session. And now I'd like to call votes for the Big Four. And those who have cast the votes, thank you. And those who haven't cast the votes, please do so. The Big Four of today's session were Toastmaster Navita for the general evaluator, table topics evaluator, Toastmaster Shamam, Table topics master, Toastmaster, sir, and myself, Toastmaster of the evening. And while we calculate the votes, I would hand the charge back to the president.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Urusa. Before announcing the result, let's have brief comments from our guest. Sashweb, are you available? Are you here?
Yes, I am.
Yes, sir, I am here.
Yes, please give your brief comments about today's meeting.
I think you meant Mohammed Shoaib, not Saad Shoaib, if I'm correct.
Sorry, Mohammed Shoaib. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. I am Mohammed Shoaib from ICMAP Islamabad Toastmaster Club. I'm serving as a VP Education there, and mostly I have interaction with DT and Talha. For that, I am very thankful to him that every time he responded us whenever we asked any queries for him. So I'm thankful for that. Overall, the meeting was very wonderful. All three sessions, prepared speeches, evaluation, and table topic sessions were very wonderful. And I have learned a lot from everyone, and I congratulate for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mohammed Shoaib. We have among us the president of Century Toastmasters Club. So, Toastmaster Azam would like to have your feedback about today's meeting.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Am I audible?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Thank you very much. The meeting is wonderful. That was all the role players were excellent. And I think the only problem is that is on the Sunday, and it's also a Ramzan Sunday. So actually I wake up very late, and I was trying to break the bed, and suddenly I remind there is the KTC meeting. So I come here without taking the bath, and you can see that my face is not clean properly. Well, definitely the meeting is very good and excellent. The KTC is the leading club, and I always love to attend the KTC meeting. And there are very good speakers like Talha bin Hamid. But only problem is that his name is appearing as Najam Rizvi, not the Talha bin Hamid. So yesterday I attended the meeting. In that meeting, his name was appearing as Anam Kadri. So I can understand that, okay, Anam Kadri, the name could be appeared, but I don't know why the name of Najam Rizvi is appearing as Talha bin Hamid.
He's a
I'm fond of using other people's accounts instead of my own.
Okay, that's it. So overall, the meeting is very lovely, and I always learn from the KTC. We are actually a new club, and we always learn a lot from the KTC. So overall, it's wonderful and very good to attend this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Azam, for such wonderful and valuable comments. And all the best for your club. So, are the results ready? Can I go for another feedback from Muhammad Talha?
You can go for feedback, but the results are ready.
Okay. Muhammad Talha, please give your brief comments about today's meeting.
Okay, so as always, wonderful session, and I enjoyed very much. And next time I will be there. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Let's have our results. Over to you, Toastmaster Urusa.
Okay. So our best prepared speaker for today is Toastmaster Shamam. And our best evaluator for today is Toastmaster Mariam. And our best Big Four for today is Toastmaster Navita. And our best table topic speaker for today is Toastmaster or guest, Deepna, the star power.
The two sisters
Yes.
Yes.
So that about rounds it up.
Okay, I have one more important award. Since last meeting, we announced that there will be one critic speech award, and today's critic speech award goes to our icebreaker Toastmaster Ali Asher. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone, for your time, for your efforts. We'll meet same time, same day on Sunday at 12 p.m. Until then, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.
I have a little question, Imran, if you're there as the president of the club.
Okay. Yes.
But
Yes,
I
please.
don't, yeah, I don't win quite a lot of times, but for a couple of times that I have won prepared speeches or otherwise. What about the certificates? How are we going to get that since we are online and this lockdown thing?
Okay, so certificates we can email you. The soft copy of certificates will be emailed to you.
Or they can be shared to you via WhatsApp. They will be shared.
Yes, yes. And
Mr. Talha?
they are shared at every meeting.
Yes.
Sir, I would like to see all members of your club in ICMT Toastmasters meetings on every Wednesday at 4 p.m.
Okay,
It will be honor
everyone.
for us if we join us.
Sure, I believe since now we are holding meetings on Sunday, so it will be easy for our members. And our members are always more fond of attending other club meetings than they are of KTC. So I'm very sure that you'll have a very good presence next week. Thank you for that invitation, and we'll certainly be there, inshallah.
Yes.
So thank you everyone. We'll meet same time, same day. Until then, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Love everyone. Thank you.